Aaron. But let's go to the NBA. And Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade, I guess, did a podcast, and it came up about Jayson Tatum, who finally broke through, right? Won an NBA championship. We know what a talented player he is. We talked about it he's going to be making like $70 million a year at some point, because of the TV contract and the money. But he's a fine basketball player. He really is. But he hasn't won like a league MVP. People question, really where he is on the pecking order.
He didn't win Finals MVP, remember?
Right, he didn't even win Finals MVP. There you go. That's even a better point. But you get my point that he's a great player, but kind of understated in NBA America. So much so that Carmelo Anthony said that he's not that guy.
I think it's because he's the most vocal.
His aura.
Yeah, he'll tell you himself.
Thank you. This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And the reason why we put Ant there is because of his aura. His mentality.
And you want JT to have that aura.
I want if JT had that aura,
it's over.
Oh, no, it's over. So on and off the court.
It's shut down. Yeah.
But that's not JT. What I hate is in 2 years, if the media going to change on him because he's telling you what he's going to do and he's doing it. But if he don't get to what he's saying, if he don't go do it, now it's going to be what he can't do.
JT was in that situation.
JT was in that same situation. So, we all get to enjoy the innocence of Anthony Edwards right now. The media is allowing. Everyone is playing the clips. Everyone is laughing. We love it. It's going to change really soon because the expectations is going to be there, not only because it's play, but also because he talks.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Sure.
I think there's a couple things. He did, Jayson Tatum won. But it's not only about winning that makes you like a face of a league or how people look at you. There's something more than that. And it doesn't mean that, of course, winning enhances that. Hard to be the face of the league if you're not making the playoffs every year, right?
Mike Trout.
We talked about Mike Trout. He was in the beginning. He's the next guy in baseball, right? Mike Trout. He was. And then, of course, when you start getting hurt or whatever, people forget about you and they move on to the next guy. Here's a guy who hasn't won, and I think there's two guys you might say are faces of baseball. And none of them have won a World Series. Shohei Ohtani, right?
Sure.
Aaron Judge.
Sure.
People might say you want to throw Bryce Harper in the mix. He's been to the World Series. He didn't win the Nationals one when he left.
For sure.
So there's three guys. Well, you could say baseball has three faces right now, and none of them have won.
That's fair.
Because it's about their ability. It's about the swagger, what they bring to the table. When Aaron Judge comes up to the plate, you're not going to go get a drink, right? You see him and you go, oh, I want to see this at bat.
No doubt.
And there are guys like that. So Jayson Tatum winning doesn't put him in like a trajectory to be the face now that he's won. I just don't think he has, what's the right word?
Chutzpah? Is that
I almost wanted to say, but there's a degree of wanting to see somebody or interested in watching somebody play or the style of play that I don't think he has. And he's a tremendous basketball player.
For sure.
He's not glib. He doesn't say anything. He just does his job. That's another thing, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple things that are working against him. Where are you as far as when you talk about face of the? I don't think that they're wrong about him not being a face, but it has nothing. Him winning doesn't mean that he's going to be elevated to that.
Well, 100%. I mean, and just think about the guy that people are trying to promote as the next face of the NBA right now, Anthony Edwards. What does he have? The exact opposite. One, he's got the flashy plays, the big dunks, the big blocks, but he'll also talk smack. He'll clap in your, he's dunking on Kevin Durant, clapping.
And he hasn't won jack.
And he hasn't won anything. And so I think both things are true. I think even if you don't have to win to be the face, but even if you do win, it doesn't guarantee that you are. And
that's the 100%.
Yeah, and you could go across sports and listen. First of all, this just like some guys just have it, right? Like you go back a decade, Tim Duncan accolades are identical almost to Kobe Bryant, and I know Kobe's no longer with us, so it's always tough to talk about. But like,
I'll give you one. Let me just say this: don't lose your train of thought. If Ray Allen doesn't hit that three, sure. Tim Duncan is 6 for 6, just like Michael Jordan.
Wow!
Think about
I
that.
Never thought of that. Yeah.
Nobody thinks like that. He would be 6 for 6
for sure. But if you were doing the Odd Couple in 2009, you're not leading the show with Tim Duncan. Like, it's just the reality.
He's a great example.
Great example. There's others. Golf. Look at golf right now. What was the whole conversation? Scottie Scheffler wins every single week in golf. First of all, serious question.
When he's not in handcuffs, he's winning.
He almost, that was like the best round he played at the U.S. Open. But it's like, if Scottie Scheffler walked through here right now, I can't speak for you. Maybe you watch more golf.
No, I don't. I wouldn't know who he was.
Wouldn't know who he was.
I would think that he was,
was the
a new maintenance guy.
Exactly.
I just wouldn't know.
And it's just...
Yeah, he would be Dan Byers. He was here to pick up Dan Byer or something.
Yeah, and so... But it's like, you guys, you host every single day. British Open. What did you guys talk about? You talked about Tiger, who's 50 years old, can't even complete 4 rounds because at least at some point there was something to Tiger. Still is, and there never will be with Scottie Scheffler.
They can't let go that Tiger's still the face of golf, even though
no doubt.
He can't... Even in the ads, when they promote, Tiger's always in the background. Yeah, right. He's always his picture's always in there.
Well, think about this: with the golf analogy for a second, is the Live Tour, right? They took basically every marquee young guy except Scottie Scheffler, Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, whoever, all these guys. Nobody watches Live. Nobody cares. They'd rather watch old Tiger limping up and down and Rory to a smaller degree. But all these young guys go to Live and nobody's turning the channel. And if Tiger's playing, you're watching. And it just proves, and this goes back to the Jayson Tatum thing, is Tatum's a great player. But there's just something about an Anthony Edwards, a Kobe, a LeBron, a Steph, a whoever, that you can't keep your eyes off of them. And some guys are just built and cut to be the face of the league, to be a true superstar, and other guys aren't.
I agree. I don't think it's everybody, and people have it. You've heard that. Yeah. They have it, and you are interested in them, and you want to know what they're doing and whatnot. And I was fortunate. I covered Michael Jordan. I was covering the NBA then, and there was I was sitting. Back then, the writers sat courtside, and I was there, for the big playoff games, and I was there when he made that shot over Craig Elo. And
so that was like 91, 92, right? So this was before Jordan was Jordan, but could you feel it when he walked in the building?
Yes, indeed. There was something special about this guy. And this is that shot with Craig Elo. Remember, they didn't win then. Like, that was the start of his greatness when you got to see him, and you knew he was going to be something special. We know what he did in college, but this was the NBA. But there are guys like that, and it's not just Jayson Tatum was not elevated anywhere because he won the championship. Like, this is Jayson Tatum's league. No,
I agree, and I don't think it's helping that even in the Olympics, he's kind of taken a back seat to some other guys. I know that's kind of not really the point of this conversation, but like this would be the moment where he's 25, 26 years old, coming off an NBA title. If he was the best player in the league or whatever, go show it with this Olympic team. So I find that part interesting, as well as even at the Olympics, he's kind of taken a back seat, even as the guy whose team just won the championship.
Yeah, and you're right. Even in the Olympic stuff, no one's talking about him.
No one.
It should be about him and Edwards, shouldn't it? The Olympics?
Well, I mean, even Anthony Edwards like 22, so I give him a little bit of a pass.
But Tatum's been around for a long time.
He's right in the heart of his prime. And it's LeBron getting 8 points 11 points in the final 4 minutes or something the other night to seal the win against Germany. So
amazing. All right, off the top of your head, if I said the face of the NBA, because I don't think it's Anthony Edwards either, is it still LeBron James?
I think LeBron still moves the needle. People care about him.
A 40-year-old,
isn't that
a 40-year-old?
And I think that's kind of shame on the NBA for not figuring out who that next guy is. Now, part of it is, I think part of it is none of these guys can sustain. Like Giannis wins a title 3 years ago. You think, okay, they're going to go on.
People did think that. Oh my God, right?
Yeah, and Jokic was never going to be like the face of the league. He just doesn't have that personality. But they lose in the second round this year. So I think I know we said that winning. You don't have to win.
No, it's not just totally winning, right?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't hurt you.
It doesn't hurt, yeah. Right. But I think the NBA right now is suffering from trying to figure out who that next guy is because nobody has really stepped up. I think it'll eventually be Ant, but it's at some point it's got to be more than just. There's got to be some substance in addition to the style. I know they destroyed Phoenix and they beat the defending champs Denver, but one Western Conference Finals, I don't think gets you that crown at 22 years old.
No.